Welcome back to E-Erotic the brand. Hi, it's Eden Lee Middleman, your host and favorite dating and sex coach. Today we're going to be talking about how to dirty talk in the bedroom. And you know what? Everything I say in this episode you can actually use via text, whatever fucking thing you guys be doing nowadays to get the blood flowing, you know what I mean? I'm going to go through what to say. Just going to get you guys stimulated a little bit in the mental. The 3 categories of dirty talking. Yes, it is a science. How to say it and when to say it and how often, because there's a fine line. There's a fine line that you keep walking right through and can ruin the entire mood and moment. Not everybody actually fucks with the vocalization station in the bedroom because it makes them feel uncomfortable, or they just rather focus on what's in front of them, what's going on, and all of that stuff. Some people just prefer a little bit here and there, and some prefer a whole fucking thesis. All right? I don't get the thesis and I don't get the silence, really. You know, there's got to be some sounds. If you're not comfortable with talking in the bedroom, that's fine. Are we moaning when it gets good? Keep in mind that this is the only form of communication you have really in the bedroom if you're not going to be formulating sentences. So if you're not moaning when things are good, do not expect that man or woman to know what the fuck to do with you, because it's just like, bitch, I don't know your body the way you know your body, especially if this is a new sexual partner. Make it be known what feels good. You know, don't stop. That's a basic that you can always have in your little arsenal. That feels so fucking good. Even using the word fucking when you're in bed, woo. It just always does something. It just always does something when you're already hot and horny, you know? So just throw in a little swear word. Like, we're gross and we're nasty. Like, we can have a dirty mouth here. And if you watch my channel, you love a dirty mouth, okay? Don't you lie. If you're full blown into the dirty talk, or you want to get into it, but you don't know if your partner is, that's a conversation you need to have. Okay, let's have a nice conversation before we get dirty with the conversation. That's okay to bring up, even when you're sexting. Be like, what do you want me to say in bed? And if they're just giving you not really much, then just take that with a grain of salt and use it for next time. Use the knowledge for next time, okay? Know that they don't really explore that avenue. They don't really know if they like it. They're not really sure. So you got to go easy. You got to do very far and few in between. You know what I mean? But if they're just like, I want you to tell me what you want me to do to you, and I want you to look at me when you do this to me, and I want you to say this, and I want you to do, like, then you know that they're most likely into a little bit of the vocalization in the bedroom, if not a lot, okay? If somebody's not into vocalization, doesn't mean that they're bad in bed, doesn't mean that they're not freaky, that they're not kinky. I've been and met and spoken to a few people who are just as nasty and fun and crazy quotation in the bedroom as ones that do like to talk. It doesn't mean that you're better or more comfortable or not. This is why most people avoid vocalizing in bed and not talking dirty in bed than actually just going balls to the wall with it, because it is kind of hard to like unhear something, you know? Like, if you just fucking threw some random weird shit or are demanding me to do something that I'm not comfortable with because we don't know each other like that, or like that's just your fantasy and you haven't run it by me, baby. Like, I'm kind of like, whoa. Almost everything I say when it comes to the bedroom, start from 0, then go to 1, then go to 2, then go to level 3, then work your way up before you get to 100. Test the waters. And if you test the waters and you're pretty confident because it's being received well, then you can skip a few levels, you know? But we're still not going to jump from 0 to 100 when we have no fucking idea. Before you start exploring in the vocalization department with your partner, with yourself, when you're masturbating, that's a great way to start. Think about the things that you like. What is the general narrative that you enjoy in the bedroom? Do you like being a sub, being a dom? Whatever you like in the bedroom, I want you to zoom in on it. Do you like the role play? Does that include a lot of, talking? Usually it does. Okay, what kind of role play? Okay, what kind of situation scenario? What kind of questions turn you on? What kind of compliments turn you on? What do you want to hear in the bedroom, and what do you want to say in the bedroom? These are things that you need to know before you dive into this. A lot of great sex can only occur if you've got the education. The education is far more than just the male and female anatomy, generally speaking, or the pleasure points or the erogenous zones. It really highlights what the fuck do you know about yourself? Because it's just self-exploration. It really teaches you so much about you that you wouldn't normally go into. So if you don't know what narrative you like in the bedroom, that is something that you need to work on. Hold off on the vocalization. You can test the waters a little bit. You know, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. If it's super basic, if it's compliments, everyone likes to hear a compliment or two. Talk to the partner that you're with and see what their vibe is. Maybe get some ideas from them. Fantasize, think about those things, and see what turns you on. I'm sure you know more or less what gets you going. So focus on that. So next time you masturbate, your homework is start to use your mouth. If you are in a private space, I know it can be awkward, figure out what you would say. If not, think about it in your head and masturbate to that and see how it makes you feel and see what this imaginary person in your mind is saying to you and what you would say to them. Sexting is a great way to understand your partner as well as to understand what you're comfortable with. Although we know this, a lot of people fucking sext and they're like, I'm gonna fucking destroy that pussy. No. And then like when you show up to the dick appointment, it's a dick appointment. Get it? Dick appointment and disappointment, dick appointment. Did I just do something there? Holy shit. It becomes a total fucking disappointment because in reality, would you actually do that or would you actually say that? So you need to know when you're exploring your mind and yourself and your partner, what is a fantasy that is going to stay a fantasy? And what is something that you can involve in practice that is comfortable for you and comfortable for your partner? There is a fine line between the two of these, and some people don't know where that is. So know what is just meant to be a fantasy and what you can do in person with your person. You can start the dirty talk on there. You can start the dirty talk on the phone. You know, like, oh, I'm just thinking about this. Like, what are you thinking about? What turns you on? Just saying it is hot. Don't overthink it when it comes to dirty talk. Just say what gets you going. You know, start modestly, like, you know, oh, I'm just thinking about like you kissing my neck and taking off my clothes right now. Start with there. You know, that's very like basic stuff, of course. You can get more graphic and detailed. We're on YouTube here. We're on the podcast here. I got to be careful with what I say to a degree, even though I usually don't follow the rules and get demonetized, so it doesn't really matter. But I'm trying my hardest. So don't tempt me. Don't tempt me. And then you can say, you know, I'm thinking about your doing this. I'm thinking about doing this to your this. And I love when you and I, you know, just stating that, just like role playing in your head or like writing out what you did last time that turned you on is dirty talking. Okay. So you can do it. It is not something that has to be like super creative and super gnarly, especially when you don't know their narrative. This is your safe zone. Okay. So stick to this. You can say that in the bedroom as well. So when you're in the bedroom, you can say, fuck, I love when you, like when you do this, you know, and say what it is that he's doing in that moment or she's doing in that moment. Or like you're so fucking hot when you do this or when you look at me like that or whatever. When you compliment too, just a side note, a little psychology 101 here. Usually when you compliment someone on something good that they've done, they want to do it again. Positive reinforcement. So when you are dirty talking and you say it like cool and modestly. Say it once, twice. Trust me, a compliment registers really loudly in people's heads. No matter what, you don't have to say it multiple times. If they don't do what you kind of are hinting that you'd like them to do by complimenting it, maybe they're just not comfortable anymore doing that. So keep that in mind too. This is about learning human beings, learning social cues, and being mindful and aware of it. Complimenting is a great way of dirty talking. So when you are frozen, compliment something that's hot, like your ass is looking so, you know, so fucking good right now, or like whatever the fuck, however the fuck you want to say, you know? Another form of dirty talking is anticipation. So with these categories, you guys are going to get ideas of what to say in the bedroom that will make you a good dirty talker. Because if you stick to these guidelines more or less, you're always going to have something to say and it's always going to be sexy. Building tension / like the anticipation. So this works obviously great in sexting and usually is what happens when you sext. But like when you guys are foreplaying, very important. I hope you guys are doing that. You better all be fucking foreplaying. Go watch all of my sex related videos. That is the key to success for both men and women. In the foreplay moment or even during the beginnings of sex or at the end, like you can do this at any point really, but I think it's just golden at the beginning normally. I'm going to blank. I can't wait to blank. You know, I can't wait to make you come. Like little things like that. You can go into more detail. I'm sparing the details here. This also is quite similar to just saying what you want to do to one another. I can't wait for you to grip my head while I'm eating you out. Like shit like that. You know, or like, can't wait to make you like squirm. I can't, like, whatever it is that like is your thing that you like doing or that you can't wait for, or like, I can't wait for you to be on your knees or blah, blah, blah. Again, just be careful if it sounds too demanding or too much if it's somebody you're not comfortable with and you don't really know their vibe. This is also great towards the end as well if you want to sprinkle the anticipation of finishing. You can say, I can't wait for you to come on my face. Like as a girl or a guy, whatever, you floats your boat. This is anticipation and this is hot. This is a part of dirty talking that is super easy to master. Whatever comes to mind in that moment is usually okay if you are aware of what the partner is cool with and not cool with. The third category is my favorite because I know my narrative in the bedroom. I love being submissive in the bedroom and in the bedroom only. And so demands are like my favorite category of dirty talking, you know? So that's basically my man would be demanding me to do certain things, or I would beg to do certain things to him, for him. Now, it's not like, get on your fucking knees, bitch. We don't have to disrespect nobody, but you can say like, keep doing blank. That's a part of demands. That's something that we can always say, like, keep doing that. I fucking love when you do that. So you're just doing demands and compliments as well at the same time, right? Double whammy. They got the hint. I want you to blah, blah, blah. Now, this is a hit or miss for some people. It can come across as too much if they're not into the specific narrative. If you guys, you know, don't want to hear what to do in the bedroom. Some people don't like that. I know a lot of girls like, don't fucking ever tell me what to do. I will do what I want to do. That's totally fine. And you have to respect that. And some guys are the same. They're like, don't ever demand anything from me because like I don't feel comfortable in that position. Okay, no problem. So this is where it depends on the narrative and you need to know your narrative to know if this is an appropriate category of dirty talking that you should be using. Demands can also be, can I blah, 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 asking that, you know? Do you like it when I blah, blah, blah? Make me blah, blah, blah. Things like that. This is a really great general outline of how to dirty talk in bed. So you've got compliments, you've got building anticipation, you've got demands, and you can mix and mingle, and you can even create like a whole sentence using all three if you really wanted to. A lot of girls like simple, from what I've learned, from what I've understood, and from the research that I've done, as well as my own personal research of what I like. Do you like to make daddy happy? Like yes or no questions like that where the man takes charge and does the dirty talking for you and you can be involved in it by saying, yes, I do, daddy, or whatever. So you're both dirty talking. You're setting each other up for success. You know, sometimes guiding the conversation can really help the other person step into their dirty talking comfort zone and like really build on that and work on that and feel comfortable to do that when they feel involved in sort of this narrative. That's why it's important that you both are on the same page when it comes to this. A few things about dirty talking. A lot of people resort to, do you like that? And I have a personal issue with, you know, the do you like that thing. It's like, what am I going to say? No, if I don't, what am I going to say? This is like not really, like it's not that big of it. Like some guys love saying like, do you like that? Do you like that? It's just like, shut the fuck up, man. Like that's when you just have to shut up. The do you like that is something I barely want to hear in the bedroom. I barely want to hear it because if you don't know if I like that or not, then I don't like that. You know, if I'm not moaning, if I'm not gripping you, if I'm not eyes roll back, arched back, like if I'm not showing you I like it, I don't like it, don't ask me. If I am really liking it, then as like sort of this power trip in that moment, you can kind of be like, you like that? Do you like that? Like, you know, if it's a little bit more of your narrative, which is a little bit degrading. And some people like that, and that's okay. As long as it's consensual and you keep it in the bedroom. But that is about the only time that I think that really is hot. You know, as a girl, sometimes I'll throw in like, do you like when I, and then I get really detailed. Instead of saying, do you like that? You know, it's like, do you like when I suck on your and like blah blah blah, like shit like that. And then it's just hot for the guy to hear that. Guys and girls, but I think for a lot of guys, it's definitely more of a bigger deal when you spell out what you're doing to them. Because not only do they have like the visual aspect of things and the physical aspect of things, but now they have like the auditory version. Like I'm hearing what you're doing to me and you're being descriptive. And it really is hot for a lot of people. Again, not just guys, but I've noticed it really does trigger a lot of guys in the best way possible. Just being kind of specific and explicit about what you're actually doing even in that moment is considered dirty talking. Don't overthink it. People are like, let me tell you the hottest things to say in bed. Bitch, it ain't hot for everybody, and I'm so sick and tired of everyone generalizing everything and like using the very basic sentences that I've heard 700 other people say. You know, not interested. Not that I've fucked 700 other people. Take a fucking chill pill, Johnny, in the fucking comments. But it's the same old thing. And after a while, it's not as hot or special anymore. That's why. Take it easy. You don't need to be talking the whole time. You say it when you want to spice it up in that moment. You say it when it makes sense. You say it even in the moment, like you don't know what you want to do, like, or you're about to come. Where do you want me to finish? Like sometimes if the girl is into calling the shots in the bedroom, that's a good, way of doing that. Or if you're more dominant, you call the shots and say, get on your knees. I want to finish on your face. Or like, I'm going to finish on your face or whatever. Just focus on what feels good. Just focus on what turns you on. This goes hand in hand with confidence in the bedroom. If you are not confident in the bedroom, you are going to be hesitant with dirty talking. You might not even want to do dirty talking because you're not confident enough to do it. Truthfully, and that is a big obstacle that I faced at the very beginning of, me stepping into me as a sexual being and being open to that idea even. I was uncomfortable until this very day. I don't talk a lot in the bedroom. I just say it when I know it's the right time or when I feel like I want to, and when I want my man to talk. So I'll ask him a question or I'll say something sexy and he'll have a response to it, and that'll just do something for me. We kind of signal to each other when we want to talk by one person just being the one to first start and talk or say something in that moment, And it doesn't get awkward when there's no response or when you're done, or like you can kiss if you're like done talking, just as like a signifier, but without being rude, and just continue fucking. There are ways to go about this. You do not have to constantly do it all the fucking time. A few big no's to remember. Don't ask, like I said, do you like that every 5 minutes? I had a guy ask me, like, I don't even know how many fucking times. And I'm not even joking. After like 3 times, I was getting turned off. I was like, are you insecure? Do you know what I mean? Like the most unattractive thing is insecurity and showing it at that. So I was like, fuck off. Like, this is too much. Like, and I wasn't responding. He's like, you like that? You like that? Like, no. You clearly like it. I'm starting to not like it no more, buddy. Get the hint, Like I stopped talking. Like I'm just. When someone stops talking or doesn't respond to your shit, just take it like they don't want to talk no more and just continue doing what you're doing. Sometimes you need to learn how to understand the human beings that you are making the fucking with. Okay? Please. Like social cues, my friends. This is where a lot of us lack. And I don't get it because you're a human being. So just reflect on yourself a little bit. We're not all that different from one another. So I don't know. Another thing to stay clear of is voice. Please, please, please be mindful. Please don't change your voice. Like people, I don't know, guys, if you can maybe leave in the comments or share some funny stories about, maybe some dirty talking gone bad. But, I had an experience where some guy suddenly, it was like borderline to him trying to have an accent. I don't know. I knew he wasn't even doing it intentionally. He was like, yeah, you like he started to like make this voice, and I was like, oh, what? Who the fuck am I fucking? Like, what? That ain't you. That does not sound like you. What's going on? It was very strange. So be careful to not like over exaggerate to like try and make yourself sexier by changing your voice. It's just weird. Unless you're role playing, it's just fucking weird. And do not be role playing without letting the other partner know that you are role playing, because shit can get fucking awkward and weird. Dry like the Sahara Desert in 2.5 seconds. Inverted boner. Like, you never fucking know. We're not interested. Do not do that. It's weird. I've said this in one of my sex-related videos. Noises, if you're not going to dirty talk, just be careful that you don't sound like a dying animal in the bedroom. You know what I mean? Like, just moan, groan, heavy breathing, fine from time to time here and there, baby. But if you sound like you're fucking dying, no. Ladies too, tone it down. Less is more. Because when you do moan, it's like, oh fuck, she just like moaned. Like I recognize that. Like I hear that. Like it stands out. If you're just like the whole fucking time, it's annoying. Guys like it for 2.5 seconds, and it's like, shut the fuck up. I'm giving you guys some general, don't do it, stay clear, be mindful. You're welcome. I hope this got the mental juices flowing. I hope this gave you guys some ideas, some directions, maybe inspiration on dirty talking bed, going there, trying something new out, having this conversation with your partner. It is very important. It really does elevate the sexual experience if it's done right, and if you have an open partner to doing that, if you have a narrative that you guys are sticking to. I know for me, it definitely can be the reason why I'm about to fucking come, because I'm like, holy shit, that's so fucking hot. Like there is nothing hotter than having this sexy banter or, again, compliments or demands or this anticipation of things that you guys are going to do, want to do, or are doing that really elevates the fucking experience. Again, I always tell you guys, if you want to be good in bed, stimulate as many senses as you possibly can, moderately and slowly, work your way up there so you know that you're doing the right thing with the right partner and all of that. But you also want it to be enjoyable, and you don't want to be overthinking and like fucking making sure everything is like perfectly aligned. You have another partner in that bedroom to share that responsibility with, where you guys are both actively putting effort into making the sexual experience beneficial, happy, healthy, fun, and sexy for both of you. And in order to do that, you both have to make sure that you've had adequate information learned about one another. That's why one night stands, my friends. That's why casually fucking will not give you the best sex of your life. And dirty talking is not something I encourage you do if you don't know the person's vibe, and you probably don't because you barely know them. You see how this all just adds up? Okay. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. Leave any of your tips, any of your horror stories about dirty talking gone bad down below. We all could use a fun laugh. We all could use a lesson to learn, some inspiration, help the community. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. It does mean a lot to me. It helps me out so much. Hit the bell for notifications so you don't miss any more of these videos. It is free. Okay? It is fucking free. And make sure you're following my podcast anywhere you listen to podcasts. This is available on Google, Amazon, Spotify, Apple, wherever else. I'm sure it's on there somewhere. Give it 5 stars. Okay, large and in charge, sexy, 5 fucking stars. If you want your sex life to just get better and better, this is your sign. This is what you need to do. Tara at TikTok said so. I love you guys. Thank you for listening and spending time with me, and I will see you back here very soon.